All right, Shalom. It's the brothers from the GMS North Carolina camp back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Before we go any further, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostle, El's great millstone. Shalom to the elect. All right, you Akim is pushing this truth and diligence and sincerity, and you sincere believers. All right, not just hearers of the word, but doers as well. All right, you men, women, and children, hopeful elect. Shalom. All right, I'm the brother Kabad. I got the brother
Isaiah.
Yeah, back with another quick hit. Lord one, this lesson is edifying. All right, if you haven't been living under the rug, up under a rock, all right, you have a spiritual eye, all right, to what's going on in the world. You realize that this place was not our rest and never meant to be our rest, man. All right, we just coming out of the Day of Atonement. We're in a position to afflict our souls, all right, for our transgressions against the Heavenly Father. You know?
Okay. I got this precept for you.
Okay.
This is Hebrews 13 and 14 says, "For here have we no continuing city,
Right.
but we seek one to come."
And that's the problem with, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners. You're looking for a place where you can set up shop and get comfortable. All right, but we have no continuing city here. It's not in the eyes of the Lord. Okay, and the importance in these latter days is understanding what the will of the Lord is. The will of the Lord is the shortest place. All right, you're trying to make generational wealth. Okay, you're trying to set up homes and buy lands and all these things, that and the third, getting comfortable here. It's not wrong with those things, right? But a lot of our people, that's all they know, that's all they want to do, because they don't see prophecy happening. They don't see the things that the men of the Lord are speaking. Star Whitehead apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone Down, brothers that are affiliated, are speaking and talking about, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is Saint Baruch, chapter 2.
You got it.
Sorry, verse 30. "For I knew that they will not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves."
Ooh.
Our people are very stiff-necked. They're hard-headed. But a small remnant, the elect, which we're part of the hopeful elect, we're hoping to be saved out and delivered from this place. As you see, we're being priced out of living. We're being priced out of food. With everything going up and the devaluing of the dollar, and that's your means of, living right here in this society. Right. So we are remembering ourselves and who we are and what's been promised to us as a nation. I'm gonna read down to verse 32.
Con.
You want to say something?
You may think about a precept when you finish.
Okay. It says, "And shall..." You want me to grab it real quick?
It's up to you. Haggai 1 and 5.
Yeah, I get it right now.
Con.
This is the book of Haggai. That was really the point.
Con.
This is Haggai 1.
I think it's around the 5th verse. 5th and 6th verse, somewhere like that.
Yeah. It's Haggai 1 and 5. "Now therefore thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways."
And that's what we're telling our people through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. You got to consider, all right, your ways here on the earth. Jake always trying to figure out, why they're going through what they're going through, why they're struggling. All right, why you don't have a pot to piss in, brother, like saying, and window to throw it out of.
Yeah, why you're on the verge of homelessness. Why you can't keep food in your baby's mouth.
Yep.
Why are you being caught up in the layoffs and not being able to find a job again, a better opportunity? Because these things can happen to brothers, but the Lord will mass layoffs, but the Lord is gonna work it out. You may be, I've never seen the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging bread.
Psalms.
Our people should consider, why we're in a bad predicament here, but if you turn to the Lord gonna provide and, have that heavenly protection over you, as we're gonna see more and more his power revealed as the society continues to break down. Verse 6.
Yep.
Ye have sown much and bring in little.
That's all we know.
Mm-hmm.
You got
She also,
it.
and this Jake, he was telling me at the job, that he needs at least 100 hours every 2 weeks, and I think a day later he got fired. So if he needed 100 hours every 2 weeks, and now he's been working this job for all these years, and now he just got fired, what kind of situation is he in now?
Right.
He's going to see how little, everything he's been working towards really yielded him after all these years, because he's not going to have anything to show for it.
Damn.
It says, ye eat, but ye have not enough.
Yeah. Especially with the way prices are now. All right. Jake is in a position where, look, you're eating the same things over and over because you can afford, the dainties, the luxuries.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You have, you feel like you're going to the grocery store every other day.
Mm-hmm.
Dropping the bag at the grocery store. I saw a meme saying going to the grocery store is now a luxury.
Yeah.
That's why people are going to Dollar General, Dollar Tree for food, which that food right there is super processed,
man,
very bad for you, and not at all appetizing.
Right.
That's basically dog food. It says, but ye, literally, I would get that food to my dog.
I'm thinking about it, I'm seeing a dog eating, like, I don't even think a dog would eat that stuff, man.
No, literally. It says, but ye are not filled with drink. It says, ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm.
And why is that? Because the Lord's reminding you, you need me, referring to him. We need Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And for our transgressions, the Lord said we got to go to this devil for the want of all things, man. That's in Deuteronomy, right?
Yeah, 28 and like 48.
Got to go to this devil for the want of all things, and guess what? Let's say you got some funds, or you got it somewhat made. You still being poisoned, right?
Yeah, that tap water you got. I was watching a video. They used to use copper.
Yep, copper piping.
Copper pipings. Yep. They stopped doing that.
Yep.
And then they started putting fluoride in the water, because copper is supposed to fight against fluoride. Which that's supposedly, right?
Right.
This is the medical information.
I was just thinking that.
So, hey, we're still being poisoned in the shower water. You're bathing in recycled sewage water.
Yep.
That's why, that's why when people start getting money, people realize, hey, it's all vanity.
It's all vanity.
I'm spending all this money just to live what I'm thinking is supposed to be a normal life.
Right.
But it says, but none is warm, and he that earneth wages to put into a hole with bags.
In a bag, how's it go?
A hole with bags.
A hole?
No.
A bag with holes, yeah.
Yeah, put into a bag with holes.
Can you imagine that? You got all this money coming in, and it's just going right on out. Why? Going back to Baruch, the 3rd chapter. We are subject to payments. That's why you can't get comfortable. Look, we are supposed to be the ones in the rulership of forwarding the law. We're the ones supposed to be in the seat of Esau, man. Our gates can be continued open in the kingdom. We're not supposed to be in position of difficulty, but we are, because we transgress against the Lord. And the Lord had it to where, look, you're not going to make it. Right? Even the Jakes that somewhat do make it, they regret it because of the things they have to do, the degrading things that Jake has to do, and then to keep it.
Yep, I got this. I'm going to read verse 2. This Haggai 1:2. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, saying, the people say, the time is not come, the time that the Lord's house should be built. Our people don't see that this is the time of grace to be building up the Lord's house.
Right.
Because here in Deuteronomy 11 and 24, it says, every place whereon the soles of your feet shall tread shall be yours. From the wilderness of Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, even unto the othermost sea shall be your coast. It says, there shall no man be able to stand before you, For the Lord your God shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye shall tread upon, as he saith, as he have said unto you. So basically, we have a land. We have a continual city that's being prepared for us.
Right.
That's gonna last forever, and you have to build up the Lord's house. To get there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got one more. If you want to grab anything for you.
Yeah. Did you finish off what you had?
In brute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the point.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I wanted.
Yeah. When you get your precept.
Okay. This is St. Luke chapter 12, verse 32. It says, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom."
Yep. Fear not, little that elect, that remnant. Now, yes, 2/3 gonna be partakers of the kingdom, but the elect is something different, man. We're gonna get on the first go around. We'll be part of that number, man.
Yep. You have the kingdom of heaven being built and fully established right before your very eyes.
Yep.
And it's what it's his good pleasure. It's what he wants. He wants the kingdom of heaven to be established. So what we're working and laboring towards is not in vain. As these people are going to realize that all them hours they put in at the job for overtime, everything that, their life savings, work a job, get your 401k and retire.
Yeah.
Isn't going to be possible in the year to come, because Esau Edom is pushing draconian measures to break down the society. And
yep.
he's not, looking in his mind 50 years from now, you're not going to be on the cruise, chilling.
Yeah, it's funny you said, because I had a coworker telling me that. He said, I don't know what I'm going to do. He says, I know right now my Social Security won't take care of nothing if I was to retire.
Yeah, I got Jake's 70 years old at the job.
Yeah.
Yep. 70, 73 years old. I'm just like, dang, bro. On the side, bro, I was like, that's a depressing story right here,
Yeah.
That's depressing right there. I don't even want to hear it, bro. Like, for real.
And you females gonna fall right along with America, man.
Oh, yeah. I'll get that Micah 2 and 10.
Yeah, damn. It's slipping the precept I was thinking about. Lord's will come back to him. He probably bring out 2 more.
Con. This is Micah 2 and 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest."
Yeah, so the Lord is saying it plainly. You know.
I know. I watched some clips on last night about social media influencers, because they said 2025 was going to be the death of the deleting of social media influencers because of AI.
Yeah.
Vivo 3. Now you got the Sora.
Yeah.
By China, which that's low-key hilarious. These video AI clips.
Yeah.
But these influencers are seeing, they might have been making $10,000-$20,000 a month. They're seeing, the vintage fail.
Yep.
And a lot of these women were taking advantage of this social media influencing. That's why between the ages of 18 and 24, I believe it's 8 or 7 out of 10 women have a OF.
Yeah.
So women are really, flocking online for money.
Hey, look. These are not just average women. Like that one dude that played in the NBA. Money started dwindling. His wife opened up an OF, man, and didn't even tell him about it, and then wouldn't get rid of it.
Oh yeah. Yep. So people are to keep up the lifestyle.
Yep.
Why trim is out of that ways to seek love. People are trying to seek love from the world when this world wasn't set up to love you.
Exactly.
But Micah 2 and 10, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction."
Right, and it's polluted through what? It's doctrine, man. The things that it pushes out. Our people will they'll rather trust and believe in the traditions of men rather than the actual truth, man. Well, we've been doing this our whole lives, and this is all we know how to do things. So we're going to continue. Well, look, it's destroying you. But why? Because it's taking you further away from your maker, man. It's detaching you from your power source, which is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. Esau is perverse. He's against the scriptures, man. He's against everything righteous, man. And he's in power seat. So when the scripture says it'll destroy you, it's polluted, right? It's polluted what it pushes out.
Yep, that's right. I saw a meme earlier today. It said $1 million, but no more alphabet community. And it just showed the nigga on his phone calling his friend. He's like, I got $1 million now. You know?
Yeah, man.
So that's one thing that deserves, that this place proves that this place is live for nuclear destruction. The Most High set that up as an example.
Yep.
Sodom and Gomorrah, after those who come after in the same like manner, living in that ungodly manner.
And this place is like, remember them ninjas dressed up in red dresses in Atlanta or something like that? Remember back here like a month or two ago?
Oh yeah.
It might have been New Orleans. Brothers know what I'm talking about. Sisters know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I try not to look at men in dresses personally.
Brothers doing lessons on it, man. But that's made me think about that when you said that. This place is backwards, and it destroys our people. And it's ultimately making you an acceptance of wickedness because it fulfills the flesh, man.
Okay. It's up to you. We can close down this one right here.
Yeah. This
is Amos chapter 6.
Yep.
And 1. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read the NLT. It says, "What sorrow awaits you who lounge in luxury in Jerusalem?" All these social media influencers. Because really, a lot of people are living good. It's really just lifestyle inflation. It's really just that the fact that people really have a connection with the Most High, so their life is just dull no matter how much money they have. But if they can eat whatever food they want, they can drink whatever drink they want, they can go to bed whatever time they want. They're living a life of luxury, a life full of pleasure. What sorrow awaits you who lounge in luxury in Jerusalem, and you feel secure in Samaria? You are famous and popular in Israel. That's what, like, they'll tell you influencers, we have fans. I got 100,000 followers. So you're very popular.
These people have become idols.
Literally. It says you are famous and popular in Israel, and people go to you for help. But it says woe unto you. Sorrow awaits you. And that's what we're here to warn our people about. This Esau Edom is buying up all the housing. He's inflating the dollar. Here it is, the government is shut down. One party is saying this, the other party is saying that. We're gonna have mass layoffs, and we don't care because our point is gonna get across.
Right.
Whatever reason it is, mass layoffs have been happening all of 2025.
People shacking up with one another. People don't want to break up because they can't afford it on their own. It's crazy out here, man.
You got husband and wives that are no longer, they're separated but living under the same house. So that woman did that clip saying, I'm 30 years old. I didn't know this is where I was gonna be at when I was 30.
Right.
Regretting life.
There was one clip where the dude was like, him and his woman not together, and then she had some dude in there. He ended up clapping her cheeks. He's like, yeah, she getting that rent money up.
Oh my!
This place gotta go, man.
Yeah, no, that's facts, bro.
I know it was a skit, but this is people out there living like that, man.
Shoot, yeah. Not to go off topic. Jacob's telling me at the job, there's a woman in here who's selling box. She worked here, then she got another job.
Damn.
She got a husband in the other country.
Damn.
I'm like, what the hell? She came over here to work.
She working, man.
She working, 3 jobs.
Damn.
We gotta get out of this place.
Yep. So, just want to hit you with a quick lesson. Lord was edifying, man, straight to the point. This place is not our rest. We got to turn back and seek Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because that grace period is rapidly running out. The sand in the hourglass has got a few grains left. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So with that, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Heavenly Father's only begotten Son,
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash, the bonds of Apostle Elsewhere, Millstone, Shalom to the elect.
Shalom.